question is, do they even have the right numbers? There's 12. So 21. Yeah. The problem is that this is where I got mine. So 21 is 44. According to Ed. I don't know what their there's like 10. There's no 10 on our roster.
Did you get a response back from Danny, by the way?
Yeah, he sent me, he said, sounds good. And then sent me the Wapello line.
And what was the other change you had?
I don't know. I mean, 32. There's a 32 on the roster. Who he's throwing passes to here or not.
Right, Holmes.
Anybody that I see.
Don't think I'm worried about this together. How do they meet their money?
They got a contract with the state for advertising on the site. Used to be quick stats. This is short of this. And they do. So they bought what used to be ASB meets, so like all the cross country timing and track timing stuff that we do goes through varsity bound meets now instead of ASB meets. But I'm not sure how. I mean, I think the state pays them a fee.
How much should we give them on that?
43.16. It was 29.9 though going into the.
I mean, even a $20 deal,
They're big.
yeah, they are.
They're big, and I mean, I remember us sort of jumping on them in the second quarter, and then they missed an extra point, and then I almost want to say it was 29-16.
So
when they pull.
When you go to the playoff scenarios, you see us playing winner of
right here. Well, they said they didn't do it. I mean, who are these teams going to play besides each other? On that side of the state,
that's west,
that's west.
that's center, that's east.
Yeah, I mean, well, kind
That's
of
sort of
east.
center.
I mean, that's center. I mean, St. Ansgar and Westport, Southwind, Lake Mills, Wapsie Valley, and Newman.
That's Mason City, Newman.
Yeah, I know. So this is all north central to northeast. Then we got northeast. East with us. Lisbon and Barmack are going to play each other. We're going to play the winner of this one.
Bill playing over there.
And then, because we can't, I mean, Nottoway Valley.
It's way out west.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. St. Albert, we're not going to play. Boston, I mean, these are all west.
Heavily west.
So this is.
When we get to that point, you describe it.
Yeah, this is all east. They're not going to put 2 and 3 against each other. And
They want that.
they're ranked. So this is going to be. Grundy's on. It's going to be on the west.
You got now broadcasting yet?
So no, we 5 minutes, 6:45. Oh, okay, I read it.
Want to test? We'll test it.
You're good. I heard you talk about it. Oh, we're good. I already called in
Testing 1, 2, and 3.
Yep, you can hear me.
Yep, turn up just a tad.
Turn up a tad.
Turn up a tad. Okay, now talk to me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's terrific.
Yeah. All right, I'm hitting start. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Regal Cast and the Indian Cast tonight as we come to you live from Iowa City, Iowa, as the number 2 ranked Regina Regals take on the Wapello Indians in round 2 Class A football playoff action tonight. These two teams, district rivals, played already once in September, with Regina coming away with a 43-16 victory. But a rematch tonight, and alongside me is Ed Wallace bringing the action with us tonight. So, Ed, as we jump into this tonight, what do you see in this rematch between two district foes?
Well, I think the biggest question is how much have both of these teams improved since they had their own matchup, and you see some lopsided wins throughout the season. And the question is what improvements have they made, and what wrinkles will we see in the playoffs? From an offensive perspective, and will special teams play a big factor in the game or not?
Yeah, both teams, Wapello to get here, beat Columbus last week, a lopsided victory, beating them, let's see here. I'm trying to get the playoff bracket. I've moved it around so many times tonight already. To get to this stage, 56-6, they beat Columbus a week ago. They have won 4 out of their last 5 games. Their only losses on the season, in district play at least, were to the 2 district leaders, Lisbon and Regina. And so we have a great game here for you tonight. Before I get too far, we got a lot of sponsors tonight to get to with the Indian Cast and Regal Cast. So I'm going to run down the list of sponsors, and then we'll be back to preview for the rest of the game. We got about 12:55 left on the clock. First, the sponsors for the Indian Cast tonight. State Bank of Wapello reminds you to contact them for your next loan. Check out their many services and special offers on checking and savings accounts. More Plumbing and HVAC in Wapello wishes the Indians and the Arrows the best this season. They also want to remind you to call them for your next residential or commercial project. Community Bank in Wapello knows your children are an important part of the community and that you are what makes the Wapello community so special. That's why Community Bank puts people first. Ernest Insurance Agency is your hometown insurance agency offering vehicle, health, farm, property, crop, and auto insurance. Contact Ernest Insurance Agency for your quote. The Wapello Athletic Booster Club wants you to be a part of their team. Become a booster member and find out how fun and rewarding it is to be a booster and supporter of Wapello Athletics. The Wiser Communications is your telephone company and a whole lot more. They provide internet, long distance, and iWireless services. Julie Rossiter Realty and Associates of Wapello is a boutique-style real estate company working with a customer in mind. Check out their Facebook page for your next dream home. Thank you. And Wapello Nursing and Rehab Center can help you decide what care initiatives are best for your loved ones and help you choose the appropriate level of care. And the sponsors for the Regal Cast. Jeff Rudolph of Edward Jones is not only your voice for home games here in Iowa City, but is your Iowa City financial advisor who can offer you advice on long-term retirement planning and goals. Dale Howard Auto Center in Iowa Falls wants to keep the Regals moving. Best of luck this season. Locals love us. They want to know who you love. Vote for your favorites now at vote@localsloveus.com. Bankers Advertising and True Art is proud to sponsor the Regal Cast and all Regina athletes. For printing and promotional advertising, contact Bob Squires at Bankers Advertising and True Art. Go Regals. Chris Shooter-Lehman with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Professionals is here for all your real estate needs in Iowa City and the surrounding area. As a well-known supporter of Regina, Dr. Diane Adam is proud to sponsor the Regal Cast. Stop by our office at OBGYN Associates and Radiance Medical Spa in Coralville for a free consultation. LKR Realtors are proud to sponsor the Regal Cast. Let LKR Realtors open doors for you and your family. Wishing the best of luck to Regina, and we are proud to support the athletes and students. J&S Express is a BP station selling BP products located right across the street from Regina. Stop in before or after the game. The Jill Armstrong Realty team would like to say they're proud to sponsor Regina and this Regal Cast. The Jill Armstrong team will treat you like family, making your priorities theirs. Towncrest Pharmacy cares more about your health care. Located in Iowa City and Solon, Towncrest Pharmacy is proud to sponsor this broadcast. Best of luck to the girls and boys this season. Hertine and Stocker Jewelers has been your local jeweler since 1947. Check out their display in the Ped Mall in downtown Iowa City to get that ring for that special moment. Sinclair, if you're heading out of town to the big Regina game, don't forget to gas up and get some great road trip snacks at Sinclair in Iowa City. Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to sponsor the athletes, Regal Nation, and this Regal Cast. For quality that exceeds our customers' expectations, contact Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning. Midtown Family Restaurant offers a family atmosphere and the best food around. Stop by at their location and conveniently located on the east side of Iowa City. North Dodge Express is your stop for snacks before or after the big game. North Dodge Express is proud to support the Regal Cast. Beaver Heating and Air reminds you to leave it to Beaver. When you're in need of heating and air, call part inventory and long-term commitment. See them in West Liberty, Tipton, Pilot Grove, Mount Pleasant, and Sigourney. And Iowa City Brake handles more than just brakes. If you need your oil changed or you have a mechanical or electrical problem, let Iowa City Brake diagnose your automobile and get it back on the road running like a Regal. Well, we are just a few minutes away. The 8:33, I think, left on the clock. We're having a little scoreboard malfunction as I look out there. We got the American Legion on the field ready to go tonight. About ready to walk out with our American flag here for the national anthem. But again, Ed, we have two teams here. Regina hoping to get back to the Dome. Wapello hoping to pull a big upset tonight. You look at their statistics throughout the year, pretty even between the two teams. What's going to be the difference for what does Wapello need to do to pull an upset tonight against this Regina team?
I think the physicality on defense is everything for Wapello. I think Wapelo's got to have every opportunity to try to meet them where they are at the line of scrimmage and do what they can. I know Regina comes in much healthier, having had the bye week and having had the opportunity to kind of heal up a little bit. As I indicated earlier, that I think special teams may play a large role, punt return, kickoff return, that type of thing, especially this late in the year. The field's in really impeccable condition tonight, especially this late in October. The other thing, the field's a little bit slippery. I went down there pregame and walked around, and it's not as if the athletes are pulling grass up, but they are definitely going to slip a little bit, and we'll see that.
The week of snow and rain, not a lot of sunshine, has impacted the field just a little bit here tonight. Coming in tonight, Regina second in 2A in passing offense. You don't find many combinations like Cook and Wick running around in Class A football. What is it about those two that make them a special combo?
Well, they're two neat kids, and they have a lot of energy, both of them, and both of them are Division I caliber players. And the fact of the matter is that they see each other left and right, up and down as contemporaries. And so, my hope is that they strike early and they strike off, and I think that'll lead us to a lot of success tonight.
One of the keys to success all year has been Theo Coley on the ground for the Regals. A nice tribute article that was written yesterday in the Gazette. I think it appeared in today's Gazette. Saw it last night. Theo Coley honors his mother, who passed away a couple years ago, on his shoes before every game. But what has made Theo just a standout in his senior season?
He just has a lot of drive. The coaches have been so pleased with his maturation process since last year. Terrific drive and a terrific motor has really helped him. His running form's gotten better each and every game.
Ashton Cook gets a special recognition for recruiting Theo to come out in 7th grade. Tried to get him out when I was down the elementary, was their assistant principal, and Theo didn't want to have much to do with football, even at recess and other times in elementary school, but he's turned into a heck of an athlete. 20 touchdowns on the ground, 21 touchdowns overall for Theo Coley on the year. We have the American Legion marching out here. We have Mr. Holden is out there. He's a grandfather of Laird Holden, one of our 7th graders. And we're getting ready for tonight's game. We'll have the national anthem here for you in just a bit. About 5:19 left to go here in the pregame festivities. Got both teams lined up on the end zones along with the referees, the umpires and everything in the
Please draw your attention to midfield.
at the 20-yard line, and we're ready for the national anthem.
Palmer Holden, Paul Gorvin, Casey Goddard, and Dean Miller. Please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And thank you to the American Legion for coming out on this chilly night and presenting the flag for us tonight. Welcome to all the Wapello Indian fans out there on the simulcast. Please let us know if we are making any mistakes on name pronunciations, etc. Tonight. We do have the simulcast going on tonight. Wapello Indians against the Regina Regals here tonight. Again, if we go back to September, Regina and Wapello met in an early district, I think it was the second week of the district season, second or third week. Regina took a 29-3 lead into half and then finished it off 43-16. But even talking with Ed Hinkle before the game, the offensive coordinator for the Regals, he knows this Wapello team is going to be a tough out. They, looking at the stats from the game that night, Wapello was 10 for 14 passing, 140 yards. Regina had 228 yards and 19 for 27. But Wapello had 286 yards on the ground that night. Regina with 194. Theo Coley, as we were talking about, a great senior season, had 4 touchdowns that night. But this is a team that can move the ball. I mean, overall, the receiving yards and overall yardage was very, very close last time. But on the scoreboard, Regina ended up with a big victory. So Wapello is going to have to be ready here tonight. We're out there for the coin flip. Nick Wagner is out there for Regina. It looks like Wapello will receive the opening kick. It'll go right to left on your computer screen, will the kick. And that was number 66 for Wapello out there as a captain tonight. Tate Kronfelt. And we are just moments away from this opening kick. So, Ed, some last words, keys to the game for either team.
I think everything's physicality. Everything has to do with line of scrimmage and moving people back and forth. I think the biggest thing for Regina is start early, start often, keep it moving, get the ball in the hands of Theo, establish that run game right away, use the run to set up the pass, and here come the Regals from the shed to the sideline, minute 14 before the kickoff, and boy, they are ready to go. They are jumping up and down, and a lot of energy, a lot of excitement here at Regal Field, and Wapello's getting themselves ready to receive the kickoff. They'll be left side of your computer screen. Kids are chilly. It is windy out here. Lights are shining, and we're ready to go.
A lot of blankets in the student section right in front of us. Regina again in their home Navy uniforms with gold numbers and some white accent around the outside. Wapello in their white visiting uniforms, their royal blue helmets and pants. And we have a great second round playoff game happening just in 30 seconds here for you. Again, Regina comes into the night 6-1 on the year. Wapello 4-3. And I think that should be 5-3 actually. The last game not not in their record as of yet.
Tell them about the email address.
Yeah, if you want to email us at theregalcast@yahoo.com, you can let us know who you're listening for or where you're listening from. And if you're a Wapello Indian fan, we appreciate you giving us an email if we have any mispronunciations. I will say I think there are some number changes for the Wapello Indians tonight. We know of at least one. We will try to do our best to call out the right players here. But in warm-ups, trying to make sure that we're ready to go. Alec Wick has it teed up, and he kicks it. This is a deep kick and a land about the 11. Wapello takes it there, gets up to the 20, tries to bounce outside, but is swallowed up there by number 4, Jack Tierney.
Yeah, very physical tackle by Jack Tierney, ready to go. I got to see him in the warm-ups, and he was ready to roll. He's a good-looking sophomore and has had a terrific season so far. I'm glad to see Jack Tierney on special teams making an impact.
And that was number 10 for Wapello. We don't have a number 10 on the roster that we have in front of us, so I'm not quite sure who that is, but the quarterback for Wapello that'll take over is Tade Parsons. He's going to be in the shotgun formation. One runner behind him. Snap is high, gets it down, gets a handoff. He gets up to the 30 and about to the 31. And that was number 2, Jake Gustafson, the leading running back for the Wapello Indians.
Yeah, great tackle, open field tackle by Aitchison, number 21.
And Regina, or Wapello, gets a gain of about 7 on that first down play. A run out to the 30. And Parsons in the backfield once again. He's got Gustafson going in motion from right to left, hands off to him, and Regina has got him stopped in the backfield. That's going to be about a 5-yard loss, going to drop him all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that pulling guard never really had much of a chance. The defensive line made penetration right away, and their pull to the left didn't work, and that resulted in a loss on the play.
Kind of a jet sweep look there. Regina read it all the way. It'll be 3rd down and about 7. We'll make it 3rd down and 8 here from the 26. You got to get to the 34. Scoreboard's going off and on tonight, but 10:35 to go in the first quarter. First possession here for Wapello. Parsons takes it, rolls to his right. Pressure from Theo Coley. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to try to dump it off and then is dropped about at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard behind, and I did not, it looked like Wick came up on the tackle there. Actually looked like maybe Blake Chambliss or Rick Wick out there.
Yeah, both of them came up nicely on defense, and now we've got a punt situation for the Wapello Indians, punting from their own territory, left to right on your computer screen.
Back to punt is Wapello, back to receive for Regina. And this is a high punt that's not going to go very far. It's going to bounce at the 42 and bounces up to the 45 before bouncing back to the 44 in Indian territory. So Regina will take over with 9:48 left on the clock here in the first quarter at the Wapello 44-yard line.
Yeah, terrific field position for the Regals, in their opponent's territory, a little past midfield, and look for Theo to begin that run game and start to establish himself right away.
Just a 19-yard punt there for Wapello. Cook is in the backfield with Theo right behind him, and a flag is thrown before anything is set here.
Flag on the field.
I don't know what they're...
Encroachment, maybe.
It didn't look like either the offense or the defense was even set yet. Was he moving the ball and they're going to...
Maybe it's a warning. I wonder if they'll warn him. They're going to wave they're going to... Oh.
Timeout. Timeout Wapello. So the flag was thrown. It must have been probably an encroachment or something, maybe illegal substitution. Maybe they called the timeout very quickly. But anyways, it's 9:48 left to go in the first quarter, and we have our first timeout. Regina with their first offensive possession here so far.
Yeah, good idea by Wapello coach Todd Parsons to get that timeout. Obviously, something was wrong on that play. We'll look back on the video and see what it was, but it might have been a substitution issue, not enough defensive players on the field for the Indians. Again, it's a kind of a blistery, chilly night here, Regina. Windy, no precipitation. No precipitation is planned So that's a good thing. Other area games we'll be paying attention to here in Iowa City is Iowa City High versus Iowa City West. That's something key, certainly in 4A here in eastern Iowa. But additionally, in the playoff, we're going to find ourselves paying attention to all the different A games. And during halftime, we'll talk a lot about playoff scenarios as we go through the broadcast and telecast.
And both teams back out here now. Regina taking over at their own 44-yard, at the Wapello 44-yard line. Cook in the backfield with Coley behind him. I think that's Wick down, split to the bottom of the field. They give it to Coley. He goes right into the hole and powers through for about 6 or 7 yards on the first down carry.
Yeah, the defensive line was shifting a little bit before the snap, and so it makes you wonder if the game plan was to do what they can to get into the right slots in order to stop this potent Regal running game.
Cook again with Coley in the backfield to the right of him now. 2 wide receivers split to both sides of the field, stacked up. It is Wick and Quinlan on the bottom side of the field. 2 leading receivers for the Regals. They give it to Cook. Cook gives it to Coley. He gets through the line. He's going to get up close to the first down marker, down to about the 34-yard line. We'll see if they're going to measure for this or just give it to him.
Yeah, nice tackle on the play by Indian player Dylan Woodruff, freshman 5'10", 145. He got up on a high tackle by Dylan, but tackle nonetheless.
And it looks like there's a face mask here against Wapello.
The 5-yard penalty.
Just a 5-yard penalty.
And a first down
So a run to the
28-yard line.
34, and then a 5-yard penalty moves it up to about the 20. It looks like they're going to mark it the 29-yard line on the face mask.
You got the stack on both sides. On the
Stack
receivers.
on both sides. Cook takes it, gives it to Coley, who gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Second effort gets him another 5 yards, gets stood up once again, keeps moving those feet, and they finally call him down, and they're going to call him down at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, you got Theo moving those legs like pistons, and that's what you want in running back. We've talked about it all year long, just how impressive that is. And, you know, the Indians, if they stay stout on defense, are really, in order for them to have success, have got to be able to stop this running game.
Cook again, receivers stacked on both sides. Cook in the backfield. Coley, they fake it to him. He throws a quick little out to Aitchison, who gets up around the first down marker at the 18, 19-yard line.
Ashton Cook's pass complete to Sam Aitchison.
That bring up a first down? Yep,
They do.
A first down.
First down at the 18, first pass play of the game results in a first down. And the Regals look to the sideline for the call. They're going to stack the receivers in a trip set to the far side of the field here, but on the our side of the field, the short side on the one receiver up there, Coley. Cook is going to keep this on a keeper. He goes through the hole. He's going to break free down to the 10, the 5, gets down to about the 6.
To the 6-yard line.
And I don't know if that was intended or not, but Ashton just simply tucked it right away and found pay dirt again. First and goal to go.
It didn't look like he faked it to Coley or anything. Just looked like it was a design draw there.
Yep.
4 down linemen for Wapello against the stack set on both sides for the Regals. 2 linebackers and a safety in between Coley or Cook in the end zone. They give it to Coley. He's going to go try right up the gut and probably gets about 4 or 5 down to they're going to make it to the 3. So a 3-yard gain there for Coley.
Yep. Tough yards, just right. It's a dive right up the middle, and let's see what the Indians can do here with their back against the wall. 3-yard line, second down.
Regina again and 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field, 1 to the shallow side. They're going to hand it off to Coley again, and he gets in untouched into the end zone for the Regal touchdown.
Yeah, touchdown Regals. That's the way to start off the ball game. Just as we said at the top of the broadcast, it's going to be the run to set up the pass, and again, dominating performance by the offensive line in this first series.
Yeah, not a lot of big explosive plays there by Regina, but a nice methodical 8-play drive for the Regals to get the score 6-0, 6:37 to go here. Alec Wick in for the extra point. Cook, the holder, Marks, the snapper. The kick is down, and kick is up and good. And Regina will take a 7-0 lead here. And Wapello will take possession with 6:37 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah,
So, Ed, talk about that first drive for the Regals.
Well, I tell you what, they did a nice job on offense right away. Obviously, the penalties hurt the Indians, but at the same time, it's kind of interesting. They took that timeout right away because of the substitution issue. Then the Indians ran into the difficulty with the face mask or tackle too far up top. The penalties are just going to kill anybody throughout a ball game like this, and the discipline on the line, I think, is going to be everything. I'm watching these defensive linemen for the Indians stunt a little bit, move a little bit, and it makes you wonder if they're shifting too much and not ready for the ball. But that being said, all credit goes to the offensive line for the Regals starting off the ball game really quite well.
Yeah, not huge holes yet for Theo Coley to run through. The good job by the Wapello defense to kind of block those up a little bit. When you look at the yards per carry for both these teams, the top 4 backs for Wapello all are over 8 yards per carry, and Theo is usually 9.6. They were holding him to 5 or 6 that time. That's a win against this Regal team.
It is.
Wick ready to kick this one off, and this one is a high kick, and it goes to about the 12-yard line. Number 10 takes it again, moving up and is taken down. Looks like a ball may have come out.
Fumble on the kickoff return.
We'll see if they call that this is a fumble on the kickoff return, and Regina recovers at the 28-yard line.
Wow. Okay, so Regina is going to be right to left on your screen. 1st and 10 on the 28. Very bad break for Wapello.
Not the type of way you want to start this one off. A penalty on that first drive defensively, and then a fumble as you get back out there trying to get things going. And Regina's going to take over with a chance to go up here, already up 7-0.
Yeah, look for a passing attempt here out of Cook. Again, we started off with that stack set. Now we've got a trip set on the right side.
And Wick down here in single coverage, it looks like. Maybe a safety over top. Cook swings it out to Coley for about a 5-yard gain on the swing pass to the right.
Cook's pass complete to Coley, out of bounds.
Yeah, those trips out there ended up becoming blockers on that play.
Yeah, just a nice, called it a swing pass, but really kind of just a screen out there to Coley with blockers ready to go. And Regina will have it 2nd and 5 from about the 23-yard line. Jackson Marks the center. Cook has 3 receivers in a trips formation to the short side of the field here. The near side of the field. Takes it, hands off to Coley, who goes off to the right side, bounces outside, gets away from one, gets all the way down, touchdown, Regina.
Wow.
A 23-yard touchdown run by Theo Coley gives Regina a 13-0 lead here early.
Wow, that stride length, once he gets in the open field, that stride length is just something else, and it's been a beautiful thing to watch all season long, but he gets out, bounce with those pistons of legs, and next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
Cook to hold, Wick to kick, and that is good, and Regina takes a 14-0 lead here. 2 scores within 40 seconds of each other. Regina scored at the 6:37 mark, and now it's 5:55 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and that's with 1 pass attempt, if you think about it. We had a draw from Cook. We had a pass attempt to Coley. It's been all Theo Coley thus far in the offense, except with the exception. No, that'd be it. It'd be. Do we have any other? We haven't had any other pass attempts.
Just this one swing pass and the pass to Aitchison.
Aitchison.
Yep, on the one. So Regina coming out, number 2 pass offensive in Class A, but on a cold, windy night, they're getting the ground game going early. Short fields on both touchdown drives, 44 yards on an 8-play drive for the touchdown, and a 2-play 23-yard drive for the Theo Coley touchdown, and he's got 6 touchdowns now against Wapello in his senior season.
Unbelievable. And we got a score update. Iowa City West 7, City High 0, 6 minutes left in the first quarter.
This kickoff is going to go down and out of bounds at the 5-yard line by Alec Wick. I don't know if he was trying to angle that one to the near side of the field here, but it ends up out of bounds, and Wapello will take over with pretty good field position.
On the 35-yard line.
So again, Regina, 2 Theo Coley touchdown runs. He had 4 in the game back in September. Has already got halfway there tonight for the Regals.
All right, now Wapello's got to find some offense here.
Yeah, well, Parsons, the junior quarterback, coming out here. Impressive stat line. Over 1,200 yards passing, completing 66% of his passes. Having trouble with the scoreboard. They call a timeout here.
Official timeout on the field. We are having some problems with our scoreboard.
It is October. It's not Halloween week, but it's pretty close to it. Where we get scoreboards kind of going off and on.
Yeah, it looks a little spooky, Mr. Foley.
Yeah, it was doing in pregame, and it'll be on for a while, and then it goes off again.
Yeah,
And they're going to have an officials timeout here. Just give each team a water break.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah, I hope not either.
Yeah, good. Hopefully it's not some voodoo.
Sometimes we just need someone running a manual clock out there, a little manual scoreboard, Wrigley Field style, and we'd be good to go.
I think that might work. You see that in our kids here in Iowa City play Red Zone. That's what they do. They just flip over the cards and add the points and that type of thing. But maybe it's aging infrastructure. Something we'll have to work on.
About one game a year, we end up with a little connection problem. The wireless connection between the controller up in the press box and the clock. So
it might be a good chance to read off our esteemed sponsors.
Yeah, let's get that. I'm going to let Ed read off the long list of sponsors here for a second.
Yeah, a pleasure to have sponsors like Jeff Rudolph and Edward Jones, our Iowa City financial advisor. We've also got Dale Howard and the Auto Center in Iowa Falls. We've got Locals Love Us, Bankers Advertising and True Art, Chris Shooter Lehman, LKR Realtors, OBGYN Associates, and Radiance Medical Spa. We've got the Jill Armstrong Realty Team, JNS Express, Towncrest Pharmacy, Hertine and Stocker Jewelers, Sinclair, Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning, Midtown Family Restaurant, and North Dodge Express, Beaver Heating and Air, the Regina Athletic Boosters, led by Sean Beard, JJ Knighting, and then the Iowa City Break, all helping to sponsor the Regal Cast and sponsoring interscholastic athletics here in Eastern Iowa.
And Parsons ready to go here. He takes the snap, hands off to the running back, who gets up in a nice spin move up to the 40-yard line by number 14 there for the Wapello Indians.
We got a name for 14?
Yeah, just a second here. I covered it up as I was moving things around.
Dylan Woodruff?
Dylan Woodruff,
He's
the freshman.
He's the one that had the good tackle earlier.
Not sure. He had not run the ball coming into tonight, so I'm not sure if they switched some numbers up or not. Could be the freshman out there. This is another handoff, and he cuts through the line, gets a shoestring tackle there by, it looks like, number Ronan Poynton for the Regals. And
Poynton.
Yeah, a 3-yard run there up to the 43, and so 3rd and 2 here for the Wapello Indians with 4:56 left to go in the first quarter. Regina with a 14-0 lead. Parsons trots onto the field.
Or is that Aiden Udell? That might have been Aiden Udell.
I think it's Poynton down there on the left end, 67. A little taller than Aiden. This is going to be a handoff again. This one is gobbled up in the backfield on a run blitz by the Regals. Gaffey gets in there, and that was number 2, Gustafson, the leading running back for the Indians, gets dropped for a loss back to the 39-yard line. And they're going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah, Gaffey, that line's being very physical, both on offense and defense. So you can tell the Regals have had their week off because they're biting at the physical.
Deep for the Regals.
Quinlan back deep for the Regals. Wapello into punt. This punt is high and drifts over the half midfield point, drops down about the 35-yard line of Regina. And Regina will take it on their own side of the 50 this time with 3:53 left to go. Regina with a 14-0 lead and the football.
Yeah, good punt by the Indians. They put themselves in a better spot that time around. Feel free to email us if you're listening in on the broadcast, Indiancast, Regalcast, and it's the Regalcast at yahoo.com. Love to hear from you all over the globe, all over the United States, all over Iowa. Anywhere you're at, let us know where you're listening from, and obviously let us know how we're doing here, if we're getting any pronunciation issues. And again, 1st and 10 going right to left on your screen, Regals.
3:53 to go here. Cook with 3 wide receivers to the near side of the field, and he's going to hand off to Coley in the backfield, and he is stuck just behind the line of scrimmage. 2 Wapello Indian linemen just took care of Coley as he tried to get into the hole there.
Yeah, it's as if they knew that was coming.
And they're going to give him about a 2-yard loss back to the 33. 2nd and 12. Cook in the backfield again, 3 to the near side, 1 receiver to the top. Coley to his right for Cook. It's Aitchison, Quinlan, and Wick at the bottom of the formation. I believe that's Chambliss at the top. This is going to be a fake to Coley. They swing it out to Aitchison, who gets around, and a high tackle there, it looked like, up around the neck. But Aitchison with his 2nd catch of the night and is close to a first down, but it's going to be about 3rd and 1.
Yeah, that might have been a face mask on that might not have been caught. Because it kind of saw Aitchison's head jerk back just a tad.
Getting Aitchison involved here early. That's 2 receptions for him. 3rd and 2, they're going to call it here. He's going to have to get just about the 46-yard line. They do hand off to Coley. He slips, but then gets through the hole, breaks through 1, gets up to about the 44-yard line into Wapello territory.
Yeah, nice tackle out of number 22, Casey Short, the sophomore 110-pounder for the Indians. Casey Short saved a touchdown right there.
Cook in the backfield. Wick solo, split out about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage here. Trips to the right. 4 down linemen for the Wapello Indians, 2 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. We're going to see that out of the Hawkeyes tomorrow. They give it to Coley, a little bit of delay there between Cook and Coley on who's going to take it, and another loss. A good tackle there by number 78 for the Wapello Indians.
Yeah, score update. Iowa City Liberty loses 42-7 to Dubuque Hempstead. That leaves Liberty 2-3 on the year and concludes their year.
And we do have some scores from around the area I'll try to read here in a little bit. Wick now has 2 spread out on both sides. He's going to drop back to pass. Fires a pass over the middle, but a little high for Blake Chambliss. And Regina will have now 3rd and 12 here. Wapello defense starting to react to that running game up the middle. And Wick and Cook misses his first incomplete pass here. Cook with 3 wide receivers to the top, 2 bunch close to the line of scrimmage, 1 way out far is Chambliss. This is Cook back. He's going to do a little screen pass to Coley. He's got blockers out in front across the 40. Breaks a tackle, gets through. He gets around the 30 down to the 20, almost to the 20. Tripped up at about the 23-yard line for a first down on the screen pass.
Yeah, that screen, the way that's designed, is sometimes you got linemen downfield that can be too far downfield, and that was well set up for Coley. Well done.
Cook back at it. Now Regina running some tempo. 1:40 to go in the quarter, up 14-0. Tim Foley and Ed Wallace bringing you the action tonight. Regina started this drive. First drive they've started in their own territory, all the way down to the 23-yard line. Cook rolls out to his right. Left-handed quarterback fires into the end zone. A little bit too hard. Levi Quinlan had an opportunity in the very corner of the end zone, but could not bring it down, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
That's one of the first times I've seen anybody really slip. I saw Levi slip a little bit right there on the pylon in the corner of the end zone. Well-thrown ball by Cook. Just a little bit too much for Quinlan. Look for that combo to connect again here in the ballgame.
Well, Cook put it where no one else is going to get it but Levi. And, again, if you look over there, it kind of dips. The field is pretty even all the way through, but there's a little bit of a dip over there in that corner, at least by the looks of it. And maybe a little slippery over there, a little low spot. Cook trying to get everything set, but a timeout by Regina. Cook was a little bit disappointed, I think, in the formation where everybody was supposed to be. And Regina calls a timeout here with 1:23 left in the first quarter. Regina up 14-0. We want to thank Mrs. Belknap for listening in from that place over in West Branch. We don't really call it anything, but the little place over in West Branch. She's watching her nephew, Jeff Bowie, play for West Branch. They are down, I believe, Mediapolis with a 7-0 lead over West Branch in the first. Don Bosco over AGWSR, 16-0. Looks like Belle Plaine is up 12-0 over Alburnett. And that game has some implications for us here in Regal Land. Easton Valley 20-0 over Springville. Grinnell leads Fort Madison 14-0, and South Wind leads Lake Mills 7-0 tonight. Spirit Lake leading 7-0 over Clear Lake, one of our opponents this year. And West Delaware leads Western Dubuque 7-0. The 3A defending champs down early in the second round of the playoffs.
And we've got Iowa City West 14, Iowa City City High 0 at the end of the first quarter here in Iowa City.
And I believe that's on the west side tonight, is it not?
Correct.
Yes. So 1:23 to go, 14-0 Regina leads. Cook with trips to the right. Aitchison kind of acting as a tight end. They skip it out here to Theo Coley. Again on kind of a little bit looking like a screen play, but he gets down to the 17-yard line for the Regals.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting so far in the offense. We've seen Wick sort of act as a decoy. Let's see if we don't see that matchup occur, that connection occur here. Nice to see Wick get into the flow of things.
Wick, one of the leading receivers in all of A football, has not had a pass thrown his way. In fact, Wick or Quinlan. Now we got the triangle formation around Cook here with Wick in the backfield. They're going to pitch it to him. He's going to the right side, trying to sweep around right end. Gets around, gets through the line, and down to the 5-yard line. Waited for those holes to erupt and was able to get through there for about a 12-yard gain.
Yeah, excellent blocking by Gaffey and Udell to make that play happen right off the line. Again, Udell and Gaffey, terrific job there.
Call that the Wick formation. They put Wick in the backfield as a running back.
And we've only seen that for, last couple games?
Yeah, but they Wick in the backfield. They got Quinlan and Coley. And Quinlan was a running back last year. This time they hand it to Wick, who goes right up the middle, and a touchdown for Alec Wick on the 5-yard rushing touchdown.
Touchdown Regals, 20-0. 1:04 left to go here in the first quarter, and we're awaiting the extra point.
And that's a great way to get one of your playmakers the ball on a cold, windy night. Wick has the moves in the open field if you've watched any Regina football, and they give it to him from the backfield and the touchdown. And flag is down before the kick can be attempted.
We got, what do you think, encroachment?
Either that or maybe a false start on Regina. It was thrown by the head ump there, right?
Umpire.
Whitecap,
we waved it off.
Yeah, waved it off, so we will attempt the extra point here. 1:04 to go in the quarter. Regina looking to take a 21-0 lead, already up 20-0. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is 21-0 Regina. Here at 1:04 left to go in the first. Some scores also coming through tonight. Alburnett has scored a touchdown. Shane Neighbor with a TD run. And they are pulled back in that game. Bell playing up 12-7, 10:30 left to go in the second quarter. The winner of that game most likely plays the winner of this game. Lewis Central leading Norwalk 14-0. North Scottsdale Mount Pleasant 12-0. Xavier leading Marion 10-6. Indianola leading Johnston 7-0.
Oh boy, that's gonna be the one. That's the game of the week in 4A right there.
Bosco, Don Bosco 22-0 over AGWSR. West Hancock leading Madrid 22-0. Grundy Center with an early 14-0 lead over Ogden. Mediapolis still up 7-0 in Denver, leading Cascade 7-0 in the second round here of the playoffs.
Keep that Indianola Johnson game. Keep that close. If anybody, our listeners, are following that, please feel free to let us know.
And Wick kicks this one off, and this is going to go deep and taken, bounce off the returner, picked up at the 10 by Woodruff. Woodruff gets up to about the 16 before falling down.
Boy, that could have been fatal, Tim. I mean, that was right off his chest, right off the return man's chest, and bounced around for about 4.5 yards, and then Woodruff got on it. 1st and 10 Indians on the 16-yard line.
Now, Wapello needs to get a drive going. They have not had a first down yet. Only 2 possessions after they fumbled the second kickoff of the night after Regina went up 7-0. Regina was able to take it and take an early 14-0 lead. Have had some success on first down and second down, and then have not been able to convert on third. Parsons in the backfield, one running back to his right. They're going to fake the handoff to number 6 on the jet sweep. They get out to Woodruff on the screen pass, and he's going to get up to about the 23-yard line. So a gain of about 7 on the little pass play there.
You know, I'm just struck by how large the Wapello linemen are. I mean, they've got some big dudes up front, both on offensive and defensive line, and Regina's just done a really nice job so far of manhandling. I think we've got a little bit more speed on defense, and that's been helpful, especially at the point of contact.
And a timeout here by the officials. Again, the scoreboard has gone off.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be close to Mr. Jensen right about now.
No, I'm sure Dick Jensen, our scoreboard operator, is beside himself.
Yeah, I hope he's not saying any words he's not used to.
They got it going here. 23 seconds to go in the quarter. I understand why they wanted to make sure that the clock was going. They're going to have to hurry up out of this huddle. 15, 14 there, breaking the huddle. Parsons looking for make sure he's got the right call. Maybe wondering if he has to run a play. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're going to let the clock run out here on the first quarter. Regina with a 21-0 lead here as we finish a quarter, and we'll have a short break in the action here as Wapello facing a second and about 3 as we start the second quarter.
Yeah, good start by the Regals, Tim. I think they've really shown right away that they were well rested and well prepared. Haven't shown a lot on offense. I mean, some of these formations we've seen already in the last couple of games. Again, what you dubbed the Wick formations, one that we liked. Coach Hinkle put that in a couple weeks back. You know, we've seen Theo get it going. Next thing you know, he bounces out for, touchdown here, touchdown there. But, will they air it out throughout the rest of the game? Tough telling. It is a little bit windy out here. Remains a little bit slippery out here. But into the second quarter, Wapello clearly needs to gain some momentum, get some first downs, find themselves with some success, and get into Regina territory for the Indians to be successul. Otherwise, if Regina continues on its trajectory, could be a rough deficit going into halftime.
Yeah, again, in the opening game of this year, Regina had a 29-6 advantage at half, but after the first quarter, it was just 7-0. So Regina out to a fast start, 21 points here in the first quarter. Wapello, if they could get a couple good plays going in a row, might get some momentum on their side. A nice long drive here would help them get back into this game.
Yeah, for our viewers, our listeners, Wapello now with the change in the quarter will be going from right to left on your screen or on your dial or in your view. And again, what yard line are they on?
They're on the 23-yard line down there. They have the wide receivers and everybody split out very far. They hand it up the middle. He bounces to the outside and gets up to close to the first down. This will be close. They get up to the 27, and they do get a first down. First down of the game for the Wapello Indians as they start the second quarter on a roll. 11:47 to go here in the second quarter. Regina up 21-0. Again, Parsons in the backfield, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom of the formation. Throws out a little swing pass to the outside, caught, gets across the line of scrimmage and up for about a 4 or 5 yard gain on the right side to about the 35.
Yeah, well executed by the Indians, trying to stretch their defense out just a tad.
Second down and 5.
Yeah, it brings up 2nd and 5.
He got it up to the 33-yard line on the pass, so 2nd and 5 for the Wapello Indians. From this, I wish I would have brought my binoculars tonight. Gustafson is in the backfield as they now have 2 wide receivers to the right. Brought in a tight end and a fullback. They give it to Gustafson. He tries to get around. Blake Chambliss does, but Alec Wick gets in the backfield and takes him down for a loss of about 2 on the play back to the 31.
Yeah, Wick is just too fast. He tried to kind of outrun him on the side or tried to run around him, and that's not going to happen. Nice form tackle by Alec Wick. A good defensive player.
Chambliss was in there and did a nice job of lowering his hips to try to make that tackle, but I think he actually kind of slipped on the juke move by Gustafson. And Gustafson, unfortunately, had to get around a couple of his blockers, and Wick was waiting there for him and attacked, didn't let him get any further upfield. So it'll be 3rd and 11 here for Wapello.
Would this be an opportunity for an exotic? I mean, come on, Tim.
Do something a little bit here. They got trips to the right. One wide receiver to the left. They're going to option. Nope, he's going to option pass this. A little bit of an exotic. He goes to his left. Parsons trying to escape the pressure put on him by, I believe, Aiden Udell.
Yep, Udell.
And Parsons just slips at the about the 16-yard line. And so a loss, and this goes back all the way back to the original line of scrimmage and 4th down.
That's the easiest sack Aiden Udell will ever have.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he chase, and he slips on his own feet.
He did have to run around a little bit there. He had to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, that's good for Aiden.
And a punt here. Regina's Levi Quinlan has his feet planted at the 45-yard line of Wapello. Low snap, picks it up. Punt is up. It's going to go to the left side and bounce down right at the 50-yard line.
Right at midfield.
Right at the midfield and about 1 yard off the out-of-bounds line. Regina will have it at the 50 with 9:46 to go in the quarter and with a 21-0 lead. So, again, you saw with Wapello there, they've had some good opportunities. A little bit of an option pass there to the right. Didn't see anything open, saw some pressure, tried to escape, ended up with a big loss there, but they did get their first down on that possession.
Yeah. Yeah, now they got to get some defensive pressure at the point of contact. Again, the Regina line on both offensive line and defensive line are having success, and Wapello's got to turn the table here.
Cook in the backfield with Coley. Aitchison and Wick on the near side of the field. They're going to go to Aitchison and goes right through his hands for an incomplete pass. It'll be second down and 10 for the Regals.
Yeah, Aitchison doesn't drop a lot this year. He dropped more last year. He had a number of drops that he wanted to have back last year, and so far in this campaign this year, he's been able to keep it very, very drop for this year at Aitchison.
Jensen and Quinlan to the top, I believe. They give it to Coley up the middle. He gets through the line across the 40. Breaks an arm tackle down to the 34, 33-yard line for Theo Coley.
You know, when Theo hits the line going full speed, I think it is exceptionally hard for those backers to get a hold of him because he's coming at such speed. You know, and then, you know, they're obviously teaching at Regina hit the hole hard, but that's just natural ability.
Yeah, just able to get that speed burst. They fake it out to him on the left, and Cook keeps it. He gets up across the 30, then drops the football.
Fumble.
About to the 25-yard line. Did Arrigo fall on it, or did Wapello get it? They're still sorting out here at the bottom of the pile. Cook was standing straight up. Regina looks like they're not disappointed, so it looks like Regina will maintain possession.
I'm not a big fan with this lead of having our quarterback running.
Down to the 26 does go Cook, so it'll be second down and about 3. That was a read option play. Cook read it right, let Coley go out to the left there on the sweep action, and did pick up 7, but did drop the football. Hand off to Coley up the middle this time, breaks out of one tackle, gets down to the 15, inside the 15, down to the 13.
Yeah, you're right. He read it right. I just get really nervous when all of a sudden he's running in an open field.
Very true. There's no doubt that Ashton Cook runs the offense here. And I think they're trying to show them a different look so everybody doesn't just key on Coley the entire time for the rest of these playoffs.
No, I agree.
And a timeout here by Wapello. Regina will have 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line when we come back. 8:43 to go in the second quarter. Regina with a 21-0 lead here. Bring you some scores from around the area. The Tipton Tigers are up 6-0 over Mid-Prairie. We got English Valley 7. Not quite sure what that score is. There's a 28 and a listing of what happened, but nothing, not who they were playing. But again, Regina has jumped out to a 21-0 lead. A 3-yard TD run by Theo Coley, a 23-yard TD run by Theo Coley, and then a 5-yard TD run by Alec Wick is the scoring. An update from West Branch, Mediapolis 14, West Branch nothing.
Ooh.
7:55 to go in the second.
Meepo is bringing it.
Danny Davis is excited back there in the Sportscast Media sound booth. I'm assuming Kennedy might be as well. Thank you, Kennedy, for keeping us live and over the internet tonight. She helped me out with sound check earlier. And we appreciate everybody at Sportscast Media helping you. You can email us at theregalcast@yahoo.com if you want to let us know where you're listening from and where you're listening for. And Regina with the ball here, 1st and 10 at the 13. They fake to Coley, throw it out to, I believe, Quinlan, who's going to get into the end zone on the bubble screen.
Touchdown, Regals.
Touchdown, Regals.
Levi Quinlan for the Regina touchdown.
Levi Quinlan with the touchdown. Cook to Quinlan for a 13-yard touchdown pass.
Good job out of Quinlan on that one. Good job out of Regina Lyon on that one.
Yeah, there was a Cook threw that with pressure in his face, got it around the defender, and maybe a little bit tipped as Quinlan had to wait for it, gathered it in, and was able to score. Wick with the kick, and that is good. And Regina takes a 28-0 lead here with 8:35 to go in the second quarter.
And this is a good opportunity to thank our sponsors for helping us out here with the Regal Cast and also with the Indian Cast. Again, it's Jeff Rudolph and Edward Jones, your Iowa City financial advisor. Dale Howard Auto Center in Iowa Falls. Locals love us. Bankers Advertising and True Art. Chris Shooter Lehman, Class 85 with Coldwell Banker. LKR Realtors. OBGYN Associates and Radiance Medical Spa. The Jill Armstrong Realty Team. J&S Express. Towncrest Pharmacy, Hertine and Stocker Jewelers, your local jeweler since 1947. Sinclair, Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning, Midtown Family Restaurant, North Dodge Express, Beaver Heating and Air, the Regina Athletic Boosters led by Sean Beard, J.J. Knighting, and the Iowa City Break. And again, thoughts with the Beaver family as Doug Beaver continues to recover from recent illness, and we're thinking about them tonight and wishing them all the best.
Alec Wick to kick here, and this is a high little kick down to about the 30, and Wapello does not get on top of it. Regina is going to recover. A little bit of a pooch kick trying to create just that type of action, and Regina with the recovery, and they will get the ball at the 37-yard line, 38-yard line.
That's just a bad break for the Indians, Tim. I mean, just a bad break. A bad break after bad break. for Wapello here. And this gives, again, Regina a terrific opportunity and great field position to score again in the half. Again, 8:34 up 28-0, going left to right on the dial.
Just a kick that kind of bounced at the 35. A Wapello player had an opportunity to reel it in, could not. It slipped away from him as he fell to the ground. This one they pitch out to Wick on the left side. He's trying to find some room, stops, stutter steps, gets up through the hole, and got about 5 yards there out of nothing, Ed.
Yeah, the Indian defenders have got to shed their blockers. You know, we're covering them up with the blocking, and the Indians in white have got to shed the blockers quicker in order to make the play.
Had a couple of options there. I had a wide open look at him, but Alec Wick, if you don't know, he's got a shimmy and a shake, and at least made one defender miss. Wick now split up to the top of the formation. It's Quinlan, Chambliss, and Aitchison to the bottom of the formation. Coley in the backfield. They do hand it to Coley. He goes up the middle, untouched, down to the 25-yard line, where he is brought down for another first down for the Regals.
And, Tim, this is not fancy football by any stretch of imagination. These are basic draw plays with Theo. You know, you think about it, if we get into further, should we be successful, get into further playoff games, what type of wrinkles are we going to put in? Because we're sure not showing anything tonight.
And keep it simple. 28-0, 7:27 to go here in the second quarter. Cook drops back to pass, a little swing pass out to Cole, and he's met right away, and that's incomplete. Nice play there, I believe, by number 44, who we did know that's a position change. Caden Thomas, number change, with a nice read that swing pass finally.
Yeah, that's going to be on his highlight reel for sure.
Good solid hit. Coley couldn't bring it in. Got there right as the ball got to Coley, and it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Regals from the 26-yard line.
That youngster's figuring out how to put that on his huddle right now. I know he is.
It always feels good when you make a great play. Wick in the Wick formation here behind Cook. They pitch it to the right to him this time. This time he looks to pass, lofts it up, has a wide receiver wide open, but lofts it a little too high, and it is intercepted by the Wapello Indians. Had Chambliss open, but good recovery back there. But I want to say number 1, Griffin Mears.
Yep.
Might have gotten back there as the safety recovered. The ball was up a little bit high. And an INT.
Yeah. Good athleticism out of the defender, the Wapello defender. Great athleticism. Again, Wick just hung it up a little too long. This would more or less act as a punt, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be on the 1-yard line.
And that might be on the half-yard line.
Yeah.
That looks. He was down outside the end zone. So interception for Wapello. Wick now 0 for 2 on the year passing. So maybe what Wick can't do is throw the football.
Yeah.
0 for 2 with an interception.
0 for 2. Score update, we've got Iowa City West 21, Iowa City High 0. 2 minutes left to go in the first half.
And encroachment there on the Regals. So a penalty gets Wapello out of the shadow of their own goal line up to the 6-yard line. 2nd and 5 for Wapello here on their 5th possession of the half. 7:10 to go. I take that back. 4th possession. They've had 2 kickoffs that they weren't able to do anything with. This one is in the backfield and stuck for a loss.
Safety?
No, not. Got outside the end zone. A good handoff there. But Regina defense backs them up back down to the. They're marking that at the 1, I believe, or the 2. They're marking at the 2. So 2nd and 9 for the Indians here in the shadow of their own goal line once again. The Regina defense just shot through, read that play perfectly, and did not give them an opportunity to get anything going. 6:30 left in the second quarter. Parsons still getting the play call over on the sideline, and they're going to take a timeout here. Timeout for Wapello.
Timeout Wapello.
Looks like we got another touchdown. Auburnett now leads 13-12 over Belle Plaine. A 25-yard TD drive with a short field there for Auburnett. The Tipton Tigers up 12-0 over Mid Prairie. Danny Davis is very excited. Danny, we're with you. We're Minneapolis fans whenever they're playing West Branch.
Go Meepo.
Just watch for the offsides, Danny. Watch for the offsides late.
Now you're rubbing in last year's ball game. Now you're rubbing it in.
We always talk about Regina and their punt formation being able to pull people off sides. And good situations for Regina, bad situations for the defenses that it works against. Regina 28-0 leads here, 6:09 to go in the second quarter. And it's been all Regina tonight, Ed. A lot of rushing. I'd say we've thrown about 10 passes, maybe 8 for 10. Had the one interception there on the Alec Wick halfback, wide receiver halfback pass. But overall, it's been a Theo Coley steady diet tonight.
Yeah, a steady diet of regular dive plays. I mean, nothing fancy, but again, the coaches are thoughtful about what they want to show, in the playoffs going forward, and keeping it simple is also helpful. Hey, one score: West Liberty and Mount Vernon are tied 7-7 at half. So that's notable. What would that be? 2A?
I believe that's a 2A score. Yep,
2A.
Those two teams. West Liberty made a nice run last year in the playoffs. I know they've had a good season as well coming into tonight. As we get this timeout, I do want to send some congratulations out to the girls cross country team who qualified for state last night down at Ottumwa in the Pekin state qualifying meet. Regina finished second as a team. Annalie Bartles was unfortunately had some issues in that race and was unable to finish the race, was DQ'd due to getting some aid from her parents. Doing all right now. But Regina did qualify and is going up to the state tournament. Next Saturday, state meet up in Fort Dodge. The boys finished fifth with a team full of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. 4 of the top 5 are freshmen or sophomores, and they're going to be back next year hungry to get up to that state meet in another week.
The scoreboard continues to have problems. Casper, the friendly ghost, has sabotaged the scoreboard. It's got nothing on it. The officials are conversing, trying to figure out what action they want to take. We can hear the screaming from Mr. Jensen all the way at the end of the press box.
There's nothing worse than an AD's nightmare.
Yep.
Then the scoreboard in a playoff game doesn't work.
Yep.
And you have no idea how to fix it.
Yep.
Wind is blowing pretty steadily. Not sure if that's shaking the scoreboard up and the wire's loose or connections just having a little difficulty tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of gosh darn it's going on up here.
I'm sure. Along with that, Regina volleyball team entered postseason play this week. Got a big win on Monday night against North Cedar. If you heard it here on the Regal Cast, they ended up winning in 3 sets over North Cedar. Went up to Waterloo Columbus and were swept in 3 sets up there. And their season is over. Overall, 13 wins this year, 6-win improvement in the shortened season over last year, only 7 wins a year ago. And we're going to get back to action. The time will be kept on the field. So we do not know what time is left here. There was 6-something left in Wapello from their end zone. Facing pressure, Parson gets it out. Caught by Gustafson. Catches it about the 2. Regina defender fell down. He gets up to about the 9-yard line is where they're going to say he's down. So it'll be 4th and 2. I believe 3rd and 2 on the pass play there. So some pressure in Parsons. Just over 5 minutes to go in the half. Parsons faced some pressure there in the end zone, was able to get the pass out to Gustafson. And he hands it off here to the outside, and they get close to the first down. Time is called on the out of bounds. They're trying to see where they're going to mark him. It looks like that was Parsons on the end around. He's asking for a better mark. It looks like they're going to mark him down at the 10-yard line, and it will be 4th down. Ed's gotten cold outside. And he's coming in now. Ed's joining me in the booth. We
Back in action now.
back in action. Windows coming out over here. Here we go. All right. They're going to measure here. Timeout for a measurement. It's a close call here. Third down. They do say he got the first down. So measurement is good. 11. First down at about the 10.5-yard line. And Wapello gets their second first down of the evening. And they start the clock. I think about less than 5 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, it has to be less. So see if they can establish a little bit of a passing here. Get those receivers. They've got trips to the right. See if they can get the ball out.
Parsons takes the snap, drifts back to the goal line. Little screen set up. That ball goes to the turf, though, incomplete, and it'll be second down. 5:17 to go. Jeff Rudolph giving them the time from the upstairs. And Wapello here trying to get a drive together. If they could get in a score before the end of the second quarter, feel really good going into half, at least down just the 3 touchdowns. But with Regina with a 28-0 lead, Parsons comes running back on with the play call. He's going to have 2 wide receivers split far out to the left here, 2 to the right side of the field. That's the short side. In motion is number 2. They fake to him. They give it up the middle. He gets through one tackler, gets about a 6 or 7, 8-yard gain. Does the Wapello running back. And didn't see a number there. But a first down, they got all the way out to the 21 on a first down.
Yeah, basic run play on that one. And getting themselves, again, they're still in their own territory. See if they get to midfield.
Fake the jet sweep there, and a dive play gets them 10 yards. Wapello with the fake. Parsons rolling out to his left is going to just tuck it and try to take it. Gets up to about the 26-yard line before Theo Coley takes him down from behind.
Yeah, nice tackle by, is that Keller, 77?
No, that's Coley, 17. Yep. Good job by Coley coming from the end position to get Parsons. Parsons, right-handed quarterback, rolling to his left, was trying to square up his shoulders, realized he had nothing going, just tucked it, and a big 6-yard gain. So a drive that started at the 1 is out to the 28. A little option play to the right. Gustafson is trying to make a couple people miss on the sweep and does not get any yardage out there. Took down at the line of scrimmage. Good little play. They had him stopped a little bit in the backfield. Gustafson was able to get outside, but cornerback stayed home and made the tackle out there on the left side.
Yeah, nice job by Aitchison. A shoestring tackle on that particular play.
3:45 to go in the second quarter. As Wapello trying to get on the board here before the half ends. 3rd and 5 from their 26. Parsons with the snap. Has a wide receiver in the middle of the field. Can't find him. Pressure by the Regals, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield, back all the way at the 15-yard line.
I think that was Udell, but again, it was a host of Regals on the play, resulting in the loss and the sack. Great job by everybody.
Yeah, great job. A good coverage sack. He had a wide receiver kind of breaking open on a little bit of an inside slant, but couldn't find him. Couldn't find an alley to throw it, and the pressure in his face has Parson going down. Jack Tierney and Levi Quinlan back. Punt is off the side of the foot, is going to. Ball is down. That's why I was wondering. The ball low snap, and the punter collected with his knee down, so Regina's going to take over at the 4 or 5 yard line.
That's an inadvertent mistake by the punter. But yeah, I thought it was off the side of the foot as well, but clearly he put his knee down. The official saw it and they called it correctly.
I'm not sure what we have. We 2 minutes maybe left in the.
That's my assumption. And
Regina's going to take over up 28-0 at the Wapello 5.
Look for another dive play from Theo right up the middle.
Theo and Cook in the backfield, spread out trips to the right, one receiver to the left, and they do give it to Theo Coley, and he goes right up the middle, tries to dive over the pile, but he's going to get 2 or 3 yards, I think, but that's about it.
Yeah, no indication. I think he's on the half-yard line. Nothing fancy there. Look for maybe some kind of baby boot on maybe the next play here. Look for Cook in a running play. That's my prediction.
Got the receiver stacked to the right and another wide receiver out there in a trip set. This time they just give it to Coley up the middle, and he's going to scamper in for the Regina touchdown.
Wow. That's his third or fourth?
That's his third. So Regina gets another score on the board, up 34-0 here in with probably just about a minute and a half. Again, the scoreboard malfunctioning right now. And I missed what Jeff Rudolph said there, and time left. Cook to hold, Wick to kick, Marks to snap. Down, Wick with the extra point, and it is good. And Regina leads 35-0 with just a minute left. 2:06 to go. Is that what he said? 2:06 to go in the second quarter. Regina leads 35-0.
And a score update: Iowa City West 28, Iowa City High 0, and that's at halftime on the west side of Iowa City at Trojan Field.
At halftime, West leads City High 28-0.
And again, the score here, Regina has taken advantage of a couple of Wapello errors and jumped out to a 35-0 lead. How it's gone so far, Regina, Wapello had the opening cook, 3 and out. Regina took over at the 44, ended up with an 8-play TD drive with Theo Coley with a 3-yard run. On the ensuing kickoff, Wapello fumbled it as they were getting tackled. Regina recovered, and 2 plays later, touchdown by Theo Coley, a 23-yard touchdown run. Wapello got another 3 and out. On their offensive side, Regina put together a 10-play drive with a 5-yard Wick touchdown. And then a punt by Wapello again after their first down. And Regina took it 4 plays to touchdown, Cook to Quinlan. And then interception after Regina recovered an onside kick. Interception gave Wapello the ball at their 1. They drove out to about the 26 before getting pushed back. And Regina took over at the 5 after the punter inadvertently kneeled catching the football. This kickoff is a little squibber up the middle. And Wapello breaks through. Had 2 defenders to break there, 35-yard line, where Wapello will start with it.
Was that number 6 on the return for Wapello?
Yeah, there is no number 6.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's either Ely, one of these running backs that have for the Indians. They've switched some numbers up. And we did not get a reporting of them, but I'm wondering if that's Caleb Ely, number 4, or Evan Ross, number 13, and they've switched some numbers. This is Gustafson on the jet sweep to the right. He gets through, tries to get through the line, but no good, and they're calling him down. Looks like maybe the ball came out at the end of the run, but a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, nice tackle by Levi Quinlan right there.
And a timeout by Regina. See if Jeff will give us a call with time here. Regina up 35-0. Monticello leading Crestwood 21-6. Solon with a 27-0 lead. Olwine, that's a Solon score, 27-0 over Olwine. Ballard leading Nevada 14-7. Xavier up 17-6 over Marion. Lake Mills leads Southwind 14-7. Dowling Catholic 16-0 over Sioux City North in football from around the state.
How about Johnson, Indianola?
I haven't seen a score from that game in a little while here.
The Dragons versus the Indians. That's a Central Iowa tilt.
There you go. Dyke New Hartford up 14-7 over Sass Central Calhoun. Humboldt leads Spencer 12-6. Algona 20-6 over Esterville. Mediapolis is pulling for us tonight as Danny Davis is letting the dogcast down there know that their 14-0 score over West Branch has us excited here in Regal Land.
Is that a game at Meepo or at?
It's at West Branch. West Branch had a bye. Yeah, West Branch had a bye. Chance to. We'll see. West Branch is going to come out fighting that second half. 14-point lead. Mediapolis at half over there. Parsons gets the snap. Pass over to wide receiver is caught for about a 4-yard gain. Can't see the numbers real well tonight, but they get up to about the 35, 30, what were they marking at, 38-yard line?
Yeah, we're going to do timeout Regals.
And a timeout Regals in case we get a chance to get the ball back here. So, pretty dominating first half here, Ed.
Yeah, and there's no question about it. There's been very little of the Indians getting into the Regal territory. A lot of miscues, obviously penalties, and turnovers have harmed the Wapello Indians throughout this contest thus far this half. You don't know second half kind of how it's going to be, but you have to know they've got to come out and be thinking about a 2-minute offense or thinking about some type of up-tempo effort to get the points on the board to stay in the ball game. The running clock in the second half, and it could make for a very, very fast second half.
It should be a running clock now, but we don't have a clock to look at. And Regina taking the timeouts here. Do have an update for you, Ed. Indianola 14, Johnston 7.
Oh, man. How about those Indians?
Yeah, so they are Waukee up 10-3 over Linmar. How about that trip? Linmar to Waukee today.
Wow.
And East Mills is down to Audubon 20-0. Mount Vernon, West Liberty are at half 7-7. So this is a rollout by Parsons to his left, squares his shoulder, has a wide receiver down there and just overthrows him. And that was number 21, Caden Thomas, breaking free. Jack Tierney had pretty good coverage there, but that ball had it been about 2 yards shorter, would have fallen right in his breadbasket there. And looks like they're going to punt this away. 4th down. It'll be at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, Tim. Broadcasting a game without a scoreboard is like driving a car without wipers.
35-0, Regina leads. I can keep track of the score. The timing is a little bit harder. I wish I had my stopwatch here. This time the snap is good. The Wapello punt is off. It's going to bounce at the 30, bounce down to the 20. Quinlan thought about picking it up at the 12, but does not.
Good decision.
And a good punt there by Wapello pins the Regals back at their own 12-yard line with, I believe, about a minute left.
Yeah, Quinlan let that ball roll. He thought about it, but, being a senior veteran, senior leader, smart kid overall, he knew not to touch that. He touches it, and all of a sudden that ball's on the ground for everybody.
18 yards on the bounce. A nice punt there, actually. Punted it away from Quinlan. Didn't have really a chance to catch it in the air.
Yeah, Wapello's had a couple quality punts.
Yep. And it looks like that's the end of the first half with the running clock, no timeout. And Regina with a 35-0 lead here at halftime in this round 2 action in Class A football playoffs.
Yeah, there's no question. I think we're going to see some young guys here in the second half. Hopefully find another score and get those young guys some depth in the playoff action as we kind of begin this journey in playoff football in 2020.
Yeah, Regina did not waste time. First, every possession they've had, their first 4 possessions drove down for touchdown scores. Have taken advantage of a couple of Wapello miscues and lead 35-0 here at half. We're going to bring in some sponsors here at halftime, and then we'll talk a little playoff football and other activities going on at Regina. But want to bring in these Indian Cast sponsors. State Bank of Wapello reminds you to contact them for your next loan. Check out their many other services and special offerings on checking and savings accounts. More Plumbing and HVAC in Wapello wishes the Indians and the Arrows the best this season. They also want to remind you to call them for your next residential or commercial project. Community Bank in Wapello knows your children are an important part of the community and that you are what makes the Wapello community so special. That's why Community Bank puts people first. Ernest Insurance Agency is your hometown insurance agency offering vehicle, health, farm, property, crop, and auto insurance. Contact Ernest Insurance Agency for your next quote. The Wapello Athletic Booster Club wants you to be a part of the team. Become a booster member and find out how fun and rewarding it is to support Wapello Athletics. Wiza Communications is your telephone company and a whole lot more. They provide internet, long distance, and iWireless services. Julie Rossiter, Realty and Associates of Wapello, is a boutique-style real estate company working with the customer in mind. Check out their Facebook page for your next dream home. And Wapello Nursing and Rehab Center can help you decide what care initiatives are best for your loved ones and help you choose the appropriate level of care. The Regal Cast sponsors tonight. Iowa City Brake handles more than just brakes. If you've got you need an oil change, you got an electrical or mechanical problem, let Iowa City Brake diagnose your vehicle and get it back on the road running like a Regal. JJ Nickdean is the preferred farm equipment dealership in the tri-state area. They offer service, experience, part inventory, and long-term commitment. See them in West Liberty, Tipton, Pilot Grove, Mount Pleasant, and Sigourney. The Regina Athletic Boosters invite you to become a member of the team. Contact Sean Beard and get involved in Regina Athletics. Beaver Heating and Air reminds you to leave it to Beaver. When you're in need of heating and air, call Beaver Heating and Air for your next project. North Dodge Express is your stop for snacks before or after the big game. North Dodge Express is proud to support the Regal Cast. Midtown Family Restaurant offers a family atmosphere and the best food around. Conveniently located on the east side of Iowa City at the cross streets of Scott and Court. Stop in for your next home-cooked meal. Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to sponsor the athletes, Regal Nation, and the Regal Cast. For quality that exceeds their customers' expectations, contact Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning. Sinclair, on North Dodge, if you're heading out of town to the big Regina game, don't forget to gas up and get some great road trip snacks at Sinclair in Iowa City. Herteen and Soccer Jewelers has been your local jeweler since 1947. I know they can help you find that special ring for that special moment because they did it for me about 12 years ago. They are located in the Ped Mall in downtown Iowa City. Towncrest Pharmacy cares more about your health care. Located in Iowa City and Solon, Towncrest Pharmacy is proud to sponsor this broadcast. Best of luck to the girls and boys this season. J&S Express is your BP station selling BP products. It's conveniently located right across the street from Regina, so stop in before or after school or before or after the game for any of your gas or fuel or food needs. The Jill Armstrong Realty team would like to say they're proud to sponsor Regina and this Regal Cast. The Jill Armstrong team will treat you like family, making your priorities theirs. OBGYN Associates and Radiance Medical Spa has well-known supporter Dr. Diane Adam, and she's proud to sponsor this Regal Cast. Stop by our office in Coralville for a free consultation. LKR Realtors are proud to sponsor the Regal Cast. Let LKR Realtors open doors for you and your family. Wishing the best of luck to Regina, and we are proud to support the athletes and students. Bankers Advertising and True Art is proud to sponsor the Regal Cast and all Regina athletes. For printing and promotional advertising, contact Bob Squires at Bankers Advertising and True Art. Go Regals. Chris Shooter-Lehman with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Professionals is here for all of your real estate needs in Iowa City and the surrounding area. Locals love us. They want to know who you love. Vote for your favorites now at vote@localsloveus.com. Dale Howard Auto Center in Iowa Falls wants to keep the Regals moving. Best of luck this season. And Jeff Rudolph of Edward Jones is not only the voice of the Regals on the public address announcing, but he's also your Iowa City financial advisor who can offer you advice on retirement planning and long-term goals. Again, we thank all those sponsors for keeping the broadcast live and over the internet to you. This halftime score, Regina up 35-0. It was an explosive half on the ground for the Regals, Ed, and what do you think we're going to see from the Regals in the second half?
Well, I think they got to make a decision at halftime if they're going to continue to do kind of the routine plays, and whether it be the dives or whether it be the kind of the wick formation and that type of thing, or they're going to throw the ball. Obviously, I think they can score to some degree at will. In this ball game, the question is whether or not they want to get the young guys in. Especially in the fourth quarter, get them some playoff experience. Going in for games to come. I think the other thing is to be careful and thoughtful about injuries as well. I told you I cringe every time Cook, is running the ball in the open field. Senior veteran leadership he has is so vitally important in a playoff run. So we'll have to see that as well. But I'm very impressed so far in the first half with regard to the line play. Regina came out with a lot of energy. A lot of energy in this first half. I know they had a whole week off. Having that bye and got themselves ready to go. Some of those practices were in our indoor facility. I mean, they did a lot of walkthrough from what the coaches told me. They did a lot of, strategic whiteboarding and thought process, looking at a lot of film, for not only this ball game, but in some of the ball games down the road. So I think it's just an opportunity to make a statement, maybe another score or two, and then figure out if they can get some of these young guys in.
Yeah, you have to think in this, hate to bring up the pandemic, but you never know when you might miss a couple of players going forward. Hopefully that doesn't happen to anybody, but getting some of those younger players in and mixing into the mix might be very helpful as we get going here tonight. We do have some scores from around the area here. Fort Dodge leads Waterloo West 10-3. Cedar Rapids Prairie Hawks are up over Davenport North 13-0. Cedar Rapids Washington is down 14-0 to Cedar Falls, and Hempstead took it out on Liberty tonight, 42-7. West Burlington Notre Dame is down to Williamsburg 7-0 at half, but West Burlington Notre Dame keeping it close. And New London 42-7 over English Valleys there. I believe that's at New London tonight.
Yeah, there's quite a few scenarios, from a playoff perspective, and again, you don't want to go too far down the road, but one of the things that we've been studying, Tim, has simply been this pod strategy that Iowa High School Athletic Association has employed. With everybody making the playoffs, last week being the first round, we get the bye. We're doing a lot like Minnesota, a lot like Wisconsin, where all the teams go in to a playoff scenario. Let's talk for a minute a little bit about what that pod scenario may look like. Should Regina be successful tonight, and with all likelihood we will be, what does that look like going forward, for potential matchups down the road?
Well, I think with A football, they almost could have just made a bracket because of the way the teams are spread out. There's basically 8 pods left that are on the western side of the state, central to western. And that even extends over to Grundy Center, which is sort of middle eastern central side of the state. But on the east side, they already have it set up. We're in Pod 12. This Wapello is Wapello, Columbus, and us. The pod above us tonight playing Alburnett and Belle Plaine, who Alburnett had come back on that one and was leading the last time we saw, is probably who we're going to see next round. I'm assuming that the pods are going to be 9, 10, 11, and 12, which would be the MFL Marmac East Buchanan winner, the Lisbon Maquoketa Valley winner. And Maquoketa Valley, I think, went to North Tama last week and beat North Tama. So they might be improved and see if they can give Lisbon a game tonight. And then that Belle Plaine Alburnett winner probably faces us in the next round should Regina wrap this up here in the second half with a 35-0 lead. And then I'm assuming that Marmac Lisbon matchup on the north side, if that ends up happening, is going to be that other game in our bracket. There's really no other place for us to go. They can move us around a little bit. Pod 4 right now, take that back. Pod 8 is Edgewood, Colesburg, and Clayton Ridge, the winner of that one, and Wapsie Valley and Newman Catholic are in Pod 7. So you think if Newman wins that, they're not going to be moving them to this side of the field. Wapsie Valley, that's a possibility. But then Southwind and Lake Mills and St. Ansgar and West Fork, they did the pod so that, let's say there was a big upset. Let's say St. Ansgar loses. Then, maybe there's a little bit different in West Fork playing somebody, etc. But pods are probably going to be more useful up in the 4A, 3A area, maybe where they can maneuver things around with upsets that happen. But for us, I think we're Belle Plaine Alburnett winner, whoever wins that Lisbon or Marmac game are going to be on the other side, and we're going to move forward from there.
We don't have any exposure to Marmac, so we're not familiar with them. We're definitely familiar with Lisbon, who had some injuries when we played them. But I think what I hear you saying is a lot of these Class A schools are from the western side of the state, due in part to smaller communities, smaller school districts, that type of thing. And really, if the Iowa High School Athletic Association, in its pod strategy, is trying to keep us geographically as close as we can be on the eastern side, I think what you spelled out is probably just right. And again, that Belle Plaine Alburnett is going to be an interesting ball game. I believe Lisbon beat Belle Plaine like one of the first weeks. But again, we had our way with Lisbon despite two of their major starters having injuries. So I think Regina's got a really, really great opportunity throughout this journey if we can stay healthy and, God willing, not have any of the pandemic COVID issues hit us. But the two teams that, quite frankly, Tim, that bother me the most in looking at the statistical is definitely Grundy Center and St. Ansgar. I think both of those are just outstanding football teams. I've seen film on both those football teams, and they are excellent. Grundy Center is exceptionally physical, good, quick team with some dynamic playmakers. St. Ansgar in a lot of their games have just been absolute blowouts, right? We've had some blowouts. Let's be honest about it. So it'll be interesting going forward to see where we find ourselves and what path it'll take.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see as they get closer. The western side of the state, they're going to pot it up by region with the way that the rankings are as well. It's hard to know who's 1 through 6 or not 7 or 8 is probably a toss-up in all those things. But it'll be interesting to see when the semifinals come for whoever is left there. That's where they'll probably start to not worry about east side, west side of the state. Maybe look a little bit at the rankings, although those are not really taken into too much of an account. As you've seen in the past where Xavier's had to play Pella 1 versus 2, or Xavier and Western Dubuque having to play early on. But with the travel issues and those sort of things, the last time they did the pods, this is 4 or 5 years ago, they had, I think we had Van Meter coming here at one point. We played Central Decatur, who came all the way over here. So there is that possibility. But most of the teams that are left, I don't think they're going to ship Logan Magnolia or IKM Manning over here.
No.
Riverside,
No.
St. Albert or Woodbury Central's not coming. Nottoway Valley's probably not coming. So it's pretty well spelled out if you look at it. They will release those tomorrow at noon, the playoff brackets, the next pods. And then at that point, you're basically you're playing in your pod to get to the Dome. And then at the Dome, they'll seed them as best they can, but the semifinal action is going to be tough in A football. There's no doubt about it. Always is up at the Dome. Always good games up there.
Yeah, and the athletes, I think we've been very, very lucky. The athletes have done a great job. Hats off to our administrators, including yourself, Mr. Foley, on really, really setting the precedent with so many of these kids on making sure that they're distancing, making sure they're masked up, making sure that they're following directions. Kids are kids. They typically spend a lot of time around each other. They're close to each other. In our community especially, we've seen a lot of kids do the right thing. Making sure that they're following the rules and getting to bed and that type of thing. I think it makes a difference, especially with the goals and aspirations so many of them have in all the fall sports. As we transition to winter sports, obviously we hope those best practices extend to the winter sports as well. The Regals have come out and are beginning to warm up a little bit. We're starting to see the Wapello athletes break their huddle over across the light pole. An update on the scoreboard situation. I went and took a walk and spoke with some of the official personnel here in the press box, and the score panel works. However, there's a connection issue to the board out, in the end zone. So we'll see if they can get that corrected. We've got a few Regina notables that are putting some sweat into it to see if they can get that fixed for us. But that being said, we'll do what we can to drive the car without the wipers.
I want to speak to a couple things. I want to thank all the cast and crew of Harvey. Last weekend, Regina was able to put on their fall play, another fall activity. We were able to get in and then have a successful weekend of that. Thank you to Richard Teagues, the director, and had just a wonderful cast there. Good job last Saturday night. I enjoyed it quite immensely. Volleyball finishes 13-10 on the season. Again, last year, just 7 wins for that volleyball team. a 6-win improvement from last year. Were knocked out of the playoffs against Columbus Catholic on Wednesday night up there in Waterloo. The girls cross country team qualified for state, finishing second at the state qualifying meet. Boys finished fifth. A lot of future left there with the boys as they are a young team, all 7 runners coming back next year. Regina will head up to the state meet, probably ranked in the top 5, ranked number 1 coming into the state qualifying meet. Did have our lead runner, Annalie Bartles, was DQ'd due to receiving some aid on the course when she was struggling. But she will qualify up there. One of the top runners in 1A will get an opportunity to fight for her own individual state title. And the girls next Saturday will run, I think, at 4 p.m. For an opportunity to bring home what would be Regina girls' first state title in cross country. And they're excited for that opportunity. A lot of smiles around school today. Boys ran extremely hard last night, and it's good time to be here at Regina. Good. We got playoffs going on. Things are going well, and we're excited to keep this going here. Both teams on the field at the moment, getting warmed up for the second half. That 3-minute clock has started. Theo Coley's throwing some passes down there. Maybe they don't. Looks like Cook's just trying to get his arm warmed up.
Yeah, he's they're warming up, getting themselves ready to go. And I got to be honest with you, I'm looking forward tomorrow, Tim, to a little bit of Iowa Hawkeye football. I know it's been a long time. I know that those of us that bleed the black and gold certainly have not used to waiting this long into the fall to watch them. But best of luck to our Hawkeyes, in West Lafayette tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully that goes off without a hitch.
Yeah, it will be an interesting, nothing like an October start to a little bit of Big Ten football, but that's Big Ten football weather, isn't it? October, November, December should be interesting couple of weeks here with high school football going on and college football starting up here in the state of Iowa as well. Iowa State with a big game tomorrow at Oklahoma State. Fight for the top of the Big 12 standings. I don't think a lot of people, new people, thought Iowa State was going to be really good this year, but not have Iowa State, Oklahoma State be the fight early on for that top of the Big 12. So Wisconsin's playing tonight. Illinois haven't. Maybe Danny can get us a score on that one as well.
Yeah, I gotta imagine a lot of our listeners are watching that game on television
and listen to us. If they're not watching, they might be watching the YouTube stream with us as well. I do want to give a quick shout out to Marlene and Harry France. They said they'd be tuning in tonight. Harry is our donut getter in the morning every once in a while. And appreciate all that Marlene and Kara do in the front office. They've been great. And some scores from around the area here. West Liberty has taken a 14-7 lead over Mount Vernon in the third quarter.
Wow.
Tipton up 18-0 over Mid Prairie. Montezuma scored in that New London game. Meepo up 14-7. West Branch has gotten on the board. 8:14 left in the third. So West Branch came out of halftime and scored. And again, Mid Prairie came back and it's now 18-8 in that game. And we're just about ready to get started here. 35-0. Regina leads at half. We will have a running clock, and I'm going to try to, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep time on here, but 12-minute time. We don't have a scoreboard for you folks, so we will try to keep this for you as best as possible. We go to the second half. Regina will take the kick. Wapello will kick from the 40 here. Official time will be on the field, but the booth will help keep everybody informed.
Yeah, but hats off to all the fans here at Regal Field that have weathered this chilly October evening. Appreciate all the parents, all the students, all the supporters, and thanks to all of you, listeners and YouTube watchers, for tuning in to the Regal Cast on the YouTube channel and all that you do to support Regina and support interscholastic athletics.
Looks like I'm going to give a shout to Stephen Hunting. He looks like he's the only boy left down there in the student section in the front row.
That may not be the worst thing for him. He's
also my, he's hanging out. Girls are in the front row, and the kick goes back down to, I think that's Carson Jensen at the 5, and he tries to make a move at the 17, but slips down, and Regina will start there on their own 17.
So we got the first team offense coming back in. I see Udell, Shetler, Andrew Weiss, Gaffey, I see Cook getting them huddled, ready to go. They'll be going left to right on your dial if you're not watching, just simply listening. Cook is in the shotgun formation with Theo Coley in the backfield as well.
Receivers split short on both sides of the line there. They give it to Coley. Line holds up for Wapello, and they only give him about maybe a yard on the carry.
Yeah, I think Ed's intention, Coach Hinkle's intention, was to keep the starters in really as long as he could in this contest. A lot of times you think about pulling them out, but they've had a whole week and a half, 2 weeks off. So he's ready to get some reps and get them seasoned for the rest of this game and potentially the next contest.
I bet we'll see them for at least one offensive, one defensive possession, depending on how long they take. Cook taking a while to get this play called and set. Little sweep pass out to Alec Wick, who gets through the line and up to about the first down marker at the 29.
Quinlan.
Was that Quinlan?
Yeah.
Yep, it was to Quinlan. And he will get first down at the 29-yard line. So first down on the little swing pass out to Quinlan there from the slot position.
Yeah, who's the timekeeper? Is it the umpire?
Yeah, the umpire keeps the time. Or it could be the back judge, too. I know he's supposed to keep the play clock. They give it to Coley on the draw, and he gets up to just over the 35, 36-yard line. You're probably going to hear a lot of that. Is a cold night out, not going to throw it around a lot. Haven't taken really a shot downfield. Haven't put a lot on film for anybody.
Yeah, with the running clock in the chill, I imagine they're going to try and run the clock down with running plays.
We got Wick, Chambliss, Aitchison, and Quinlan as receivers out there. Marks and Gaffey and Weiss on the line, along with Udell. Coley in the backfield with Cook. Cook drops back, does go deep this time, has Quinlan breaking open the middle of the field, caught, and right there with him is a Wapello defender, and they hog tie him down at the 30-yard line. I said they weren't going deep, and there they go.
Yeah, nice ball out of Ashton. Well thrown, tight spiral, right down the middle, just the way he wanted it. Good catch by Quinlan. And first and 10 in Wapello territory, left to right on your screen.
Number 6 on the tackle there for Wapello. We don't have a number 6 on our roster. Cook takes the snap, gets out to Wick on a little swing pass. He's already up to about the first down marker.
Yeah, he gained about 3 additional yards with one of his soccer moves where he stops, pivots, and does the shimmy. And we've seen Wick do that for 4 years now.
Mark him down at about the 22, I believe. So it'll be 2nd and 2. Again, same personnel out here for the Regals. Wick to the top of the screen in a stacked position. They put Coley in motion behind Cook. He's going to swing this out to the right side. That goes through Carson Jensen's hands a little high. He put some mustard on that one.
Yeah, he did. And good to see Carson out here getting some reps, being a young guy. I like that, adding depth.
Carson and Chambliss have kind of been that fourth wide receiver rotating in and out a little bit the last couple of games. Cook looks to the sideline for the play, as do the rest of the offensive players. Coley goes to the left side of Cook. Takes a snap, handoff to Coley up the middle. He bounces out to the outside, across the 20, down to the 10, 11-yard line. Does Theo Coley run on the first down play? Gladbrook Rhinebeck leads Baxter 36-6. Solon 34-0 over Olwine. Tulsa leads South Florida 21-6. Wisconsin 21, Illinois 7 right before half.
Oh, wow.
Wisconsin taking care of business on opening night in the Big Ten football. Thank you, Danny. And we got the Wick formation here. Wick in the backfield with Cook at quarterback, Coley to his right, Quinlan to his left, Wick behind him. Two wide receivers out to the left. They fake it to Wick, roll to his left. Cook is facing pressure, dances around, finds a wide open Alec Wick on the goal line, and he does an old lay and into the end zone, making the defender miss, and an 11-yard touchdown pass to Alec Wick.
Touchdown, Regals.
And it makes it 41-0. Regina lead. I told Coley today, I said, make me sound good tonight. And he goes, what does that mean? I said, well, make me be excited. And the Regals have come out tonight. Wick with the kick. And that's going to be up and good, 42-0. Regina takes the opening drive of the second half and marches down. A 7-play drive that ends with an Alec Wick 11-yard TD reception from Ashton Cook. Cook's second touchdown pass of the game, one to Quinlan and one to Wick.
Yeah, amazing, amazing set of events. You look at our Wapello Indians here. You've got a running clock. You got a 42-0 ball game. You got to do whatever you can on offense to generate some success. And I don't know how that comes, Tim. Does it come in the running game? Does it come in the passing game? Are you looking for exotics? You're looking at a potential season-ending second half here. Again, some terrific efforts on the offensive line. We had a couple, good tough runs, but just not enough first downs thus far in the contest. They need to generate some activity here.
A mixture of seniors and juniors and sophomores on this Wapello team. They've, for them, I think they just probably want to get some things going, get a drive going, get some yards. They came up here in September and were able to move the ball up and down on the field a little bit tonight. Having some troubles with that, having some miscues. But if you're a senior, you want to go out kind of feeling good about yourself, getting a chance to go out and maybe put together a drive here and get on the scoreboard. We know how hard everybody works in high school athletics to be good and to put in the time and the effort. The Wapello coaches and the Wapello players, they're looking to get back, get things going. They've had some success on first and second down. This is a pop-up kick to the 30 again. Again, it is muffed, but I believe Wapello does fall on it. They had a couple of players right next to it.
Yeah, and Coach Parsons has a lot of young players on this team. I looked through this roster, Tim, and obviously a bright future for those folks. And so, regardless of the outcome here, they've got some opportunity going forward.
Leading rusher, leading passer coming back, a junior and a sophomore.
Right.
A couple of seniors that have fill in the stat pages as well that they're going to miss, but a lot of young guys, a good number of group people over there for an A football school, and hopefully they'll be back at it next year. Not that this game is over, but a 42-0 lead here with a running clock in the third quarter. Parsons behind the center here takes the snap. They pitch it out to Gustafson, I believe, and he goes across the 35 up to about the 38-yard line on a 6-yard run.
Yeah, the back, the lead blocking back wrapped up Wick a little bit to aid in the gain.
They mark him at the 37-yard line, 38-yard line about. 2nd and 5, I'll call it. Two our wide receivers split far to the right side of the field. Gustafson in motion. They don't give it to him. They give it up the middle to, I believe, number 14, who squeaks ahead for the first down up to about the 46-yard line, 45-yard line.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. And keep in mind, we've still got our starters in, Tim.
Yep.
It's not as if we put all the, young guys in. Score update, Grundy Center 41, Ogden, I think I had that here, Ogden 0, 41-0. The same kind of contest, 41-0, 8 minutes left to go in the third. And thanks to our friend Ray Colony for helping us with the scores from afar.
Yeah, this is where Wapello needs to get another first down. They've gotten the one. They haven't been able to get 2 in a row here. They do hand it off to 14 again. This is Woodruff, who is a freshman. He breaks through 3 or 4 Regal tackles just to get 1 or 2 yards on that left side, short side of the field.
Yeah, I love the effort by the back.
There is a penalty on. It looks like there's going to be a hold here. And this is where, personal foul face mask on the Regals. So this is going to give Wapello that second first down, and a mistake by the Regals up to the 49, and then a penalty puts it all the way down into Regal territory. The first time Wapello's been in Regal territory, down to the 36-yard line of Regina.
Wow.
So a big mistake there by Regina. Wapello kind of had that early on, that face mask penalty early in the second drive, I believe. Sorry, first drive for Regina. That gave Regina a few extra yards. Regina took advantage to see if Wapello can do the same here. Parsons in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left. He gives it to Gustafson, who gets met in the backfield. Ball goes down, but I believe Parsons get on top of it. They're calling it second down. Calling it second down. So
I don't know about that, but you know what? Okay.
39-yard line.
Yeah.
Looked like, I don't know, maybe Parsons had fallen on top of it.
Yeah.
Quickly, they called him down, and then it came loose again. I'm not sure.
I'm looking at Coach Hinkle down there on the sidelines, and he's not buying it, but that's okay.
I don't know that Coach Hinkle's ever bought a call.
No. Come on now. Coach Hinkle gets into it. Coach Dumont gets into it. Coach Cook gets into it, and a whole host of assistants get into it.
39-yard line here, 2nd and 13. Parsons with 3, split to the wide top. Throws it to the left. Number 8 with a nice catch and a good stick tackle there by Alec Wick. Gets him back to the original line of scrimmage at the 36.
We don't have an 8.
We don't have an 8. And that's, I believe that 8, just by height-wise, a tall guy is either Caleb Ely, who was number 4 originally, or I think it's Caleb Ely.
I
Keaton
think it's
McConaughey, we don't have a 25. Caden Thomas, we know, is 44.
Right.
Sorry if we're sorry to the Wapello Indians fans, we don't know. Dr. Richter is at home watching tonight. Appreciate you watching along. Barry Lehman says we're doing a good job. Parsons rolls out to his right, throws it to the right, and it is short on 3rd down. It'll be 4th and about 9 is what they're calling it.
Yeah, getting ready for some basketball. Getting Coach Lehman ready for some basketball. Looking forward to it.
Lehman with the parts run back from the Quad Cities. Must be out in the fields there. Wants to make sure everything's running right.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 4th and 9 here. Wapello at the 36-yard line of the Regina. Big play for them here in the 3rd quarter. Running clock. Don't have the clock on the scoreboard, so trying to catch it when Jeff Rudolph says how much time is left in the game, but have not been able to catch it yet. And Parsons will have Woodruff in the backfield with him. Gets the snap, rolls to his right, sets his feet, looks deep, has a receiver, and just misses him.
Beautiful throw.
Beautiful throw. Good defense there by Carson Jensen, running kind of step for step with him, but he had I think that's the Thomas kid, had him beat by maybe a step and just could not pull it in.
And I'm surprised we haven't seen that very often in this ball game. Again, nice job at the rollout, nice job at the pass, almost had the receiver. If he'd have caught it, it would have been a touchdown. Good job out of Wapello.
Yeah, right at the goal line. Beautiful looking play. Again, just little things not coming together for Wapello tonight out here offensively, and Regina has taken this 42-0 lead.
And West Branch continues to trail Mediapolis 14-7. 4 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. So you got a tight ball game there. I imagine Coach Peterson's getting a little nervous.
Alburnett has scored 19 in a row and has taken a lead against Belle Plaine, 19-12. This one's a handoff to Coley. First string offense still in for the Regals. He gets about 1 up to the 37. Mount Vernon, West Liberty, that's going to be a battle, 14-14 in the 3rd.
Oh, man. Where's that game being played?
I'm going to guess it's out Mount Vernon, since it's the Mustang cast. And that's the quarter.
On to the 4th.
42-0 at the end of the 3rd. Again, we're clockless here tonight, so Ed and I are trying to do our best. But again, Regina leads 42-0 at the end of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 37 of Regina when we come back here in the 4th quarter. Let me run through our sponsors one more time. Do you want to thank them? Or maybe Ed can read over the sponsors real quick?
Happy to do that. Jeff Rudolph of Edward Jones, your Iowa City financial advisor, who can offer you advice on retirement planning and long-term goals. Dale Howard Auto Center in Iowa Falls keeps the Eagles moving and wishes us the best this year. Locals love us. They want to know who you love. Vote for your favorites now at vote@localsloveus.com. Baker's Advertising and True Art is proud to sponsor the Regal Cast and all Regina athletes. For printing and promotional advertising, contact Bob Squires at Bankers Advertising and True Art. Go Regals. Chris Shooter Lehman with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Professionals is here for you and for all your real estate needs in Iowa City and the surrounding areas. LKR Realtors are proud to sponsor the Regal Cast. Let LKR Realtors open doors for you and your family. Wishing the best of luck to Regina and all-around supporters, athletes, and students. Again, I think that's Mike Jensen, class of 77. OBGYN Associates and Radiance Medical Spa, well-known supporter of Regina. Dr. Diane Adams, proud to sponsor the Regal Cast. Stop by her office. The Jill Armstrong Realty Team would like to say they're proud to sponsor Regina. The Jill Armstrong team will treat you like family, making you a priority. J&S Express is now your BP station, selling BP products. J&S Express is conveniently located right across from Regina. Go see them today.
And Regina back out here, start of the fourth quarter. Ashton Cook not really under center, in the backfield. In the shotgun formation, he's got Coley with him. Wick and Quinlan stacked up on the near side of the field. Delay a game on Regina, so that's going to back us up back to about the 32-yard line on a penalty. Second down and about 14.
And West continues to lead City High 28-0 at the end of 3, start of the fourth quarter. Again, West 28, City High 0.
Cook in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers stacked to the left side of the formation. They get it out over to Aitchison, I believe, who almost, as he came down, almost did the splits there, and the ball slips out of his hand. It'll be 3rd and 15 for the Regals.
Yeah, that's an uncharacteristic second drop for Aitchison. He's going to want that back.
Cook a little high. Aitchison had to get that reach up for that one, but would like to see him come down with that. Cook on 3rd and 15. Getting some pressure, and he's going to be sacked. And they whistled it dead as he almost got out of it. But rushing in there was Weirs on a blitz. Griffin Mears, on the sack. And Regina backed up back to the 20.
Yeah.
About the 22-yard line. A 10-yard sack there. And so Regina will have to punt this one away.
Yeah, that was not quality offensive series they were looking for.
With the running clock, probably the last we'll see that first-string offense. Alec Wick back to kick. And gets this off. High kick is going to go bounce out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And so Wapello will take over at their own 45. So about a 43-yard kick there. A 33-yard kick. No, Meepo 14, West Branch 7 at the end of 3. Easton Valley and Springville 56-0 in the third. Solon still up 34-6 over Olwine in the third as well. And Regina with a 42-0 lead here as Wapello takes over their best field position of the night at their own 45. 48 is where they're calling it. They fake at the end, a little end around. Parsons rolls out to the right, tries to set up the screen play to Thomas, and it's not there.
Yeah, Thomas is a good-looking athlete, 44. They've done that one before, and he's caught it, but that didn't quite work out there.
Just couldn't quite get the timing down on that. A little pressure from the Regina defense in the backfield there. Good job by the Regina defense to stymie this Wapello offense, which came in A football averaging over 40 points a game. Their 2 losses in district play came to Regina and Lisbon, both ranked teams. They played a challenging schedule. Would have probably liked to not have to face us here, another district rematch. This is a handoff to Gustafson. He gets through the line, breaks out to the outside, down to the 40, 30, down to about the 25-yard line. Big run there by Gustafson for the Wapello first down.
Yeah, very good. Very good run all the way down. The chain gang's now running. Hats off to the chain gang. We got James Lucino, Leo Fernandez, John Crane. Let's see who else we have.
26-yard line for Wapello. Parsons in the backfield, Gustafson behind him. They do hand it off. He makes a good cut there. Planted his foot, cut into the inside, and gets a 5-yard gain down to about the 21-yard line.
Man, Robert Gaffey is also on that chain gang. Best chain gang in eastern Iowa, I can tell.
And it'll be 2nd and 5 here. Deepest penetration so far for Wapello into Regina territory.
I'd like to see a turnover here.
Wapello would like to see points.
Yep.
See if Regina can keep this shutout intact. They do hand it off inside, and I think he called his cousin's name there.
Udell?
Is that, I think, nope, that's Ronan Poynton, I believe, 76, who got in there for the tackle. Loss on the play of about 3.
Boy.
Back to the 25-yard line. Poynton got right in there. Hit him in the backfield, did he? I think that was Gustafson.
I thought that 76 was Andrew Weiss.
Is that Weiss?
Yeah, Weiss.
Okay.
That was Weiss. He's a junior.
Yeah, junior Andy Weiss in on the tackle, sorry.
6'3".
Had their numbers mixed up.
That's all good.
Parsons rolls out to the right, sets his feet, throws it deep into the end zone. Incomplete.
Nice throw.
Nice throw. And good defense down there. I think that was Andrew Triplett on the defensive coverage.
Yeah, there we go. Chad Triplett's boy.
Triplett, one of our play-by-play announcers. So Alburnett has taken control of the game. 5:42 left, 25-12 over Belle Plaine. More than likely, who we will see next week will be Alburnett.
Mm-hmm. I see Shetler and I see Mills in there on the defensive line filling in.
Yeah, I started to see some subs out there.
Yep. Shetler's a starting offensive lineman. Mills a spot player on both offense and defense.
Tierney in the defensive backfield as well. Parsons under center, takes it, is going to roll to his right. He's going to try to look the throw back to his left, doesn't, throws into the end zone. Wide open receiver, but a little too far, and that was Thomas again.
Yeah, there was some incidental contact there in the end zone. Lucky there wasn't a flag on that.
3 Regals trying to kind of recover there as
Yeah.
they had let him get behind him.
Yeah.
And that will be 4th down and a turnover on downs for the Wapello Indians, and Regina will take over at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, Poynton is 67. So we get the 76 is Weeds, 67 is Poynton. Nice to see some subs in here. And we should note we've got the 54.
It's Drew.
Adam Connell, senior. The senior Adam Connell is in there. I think Getkin, he's not hurt, is he?
He's not, I believe he's not out right now.
Okay. Does he get injured?
Yeah, he had a little bit of an injury and wanted to make sure he didn't do any more damage to his knee as he hurt that last year.
Oh.
This is a handoff inside, I believe Danny Gavin. Jack Tierney, the quarterback now. Gavin gets maybe a yard.
Yeah, we got the subs in. We got the number 2 quarterback in. We got the number 2 running back in. Both these kids are sophomores, good-looking kids. We saw them play a lot of JV football, not a lot of games, but they played as many JV games as we could get on the schedule. And Gavin's played a lot of good linebacker for us over the course of the season.
4th quarter here. We don't have a clock here. That's why I'm not mentioning time. Regina up 42-0. Running clock here. Regina turned over on, touchdown and then punted it away the last time. This time is a handoff up the middle to Danny Gavin, and again is going to get about 1 or 2 yards, sort of a cloud of dust in there.
Yeah, we got Seth Lenz in there, and we've got Andrew Triplett in there on the offense. Seth Lenz is a senior, Andrew Triplett's a junior. These are backups that getting a chance to play in a playoff game. This is terrific.
We got 3rd and about 8, I'm going to say here, on the 28-yard line. Tierney at quarterback, Danny Gavin in the backfield. See if they give Tierney a chance to throw for this first down. They do hand it off to Gavin, and he goes to the right side. And again, the line just sort of stood up over there by this Wapello defense, and nothing going for Danny Gavin. Slow sledding for the backups tonight.
And we got to Iowa City West 35, City High 0, 8:30 left to go in the fourth quarter from Trojan Field. Appreciate the reports from Ryan Eckhoff, who's calling that game for KCJJ with Sugar Ray Gilmore.
We are winding down. Again, no clock, so not sure how much time is left in the game. Regina is going to be set to punt this one away. I believe Jack Tierney will be the punter. A little short punt formation. Tierney takes it, kicks it. End over end kick, bounces at the 45, bounces straight up in the air. Wapello returner number 6 thought about taking it, does not. Andrew Triplett is down on the coverage, and they're going to down it at the 44-yard line. And that's where Wapello will take over here in what may be their final possession.
And also on that previous series, we had Devery and Drew Streb in the ball game as well. So
Gentry,
Drew Streb's a backup center.
Gentry Dumont out there on the, Stephen Liu out there on the corner. I see come trotting onto the field.
You got Dumont in as a safety.
Yep, Dumont in as a safety, number 2, right? Or 12.
Number 12, yeah.
Yeah. Parsons still the quarterback here. He does hand off to number 4, and he skips ahead, and a good first down gain, 11 yards for number 4.
Yeah, we got Chris Wakel in on that. He's a sophomore. He's getting in some game action as well.
Number 4 is Caleb Ely, a sophomore running back. Good carry there for Ely. They got a couple of sophomores here, Gustafson and Ely as running backs. And that was one of the better runs of the night. 10-yard carry there, first and 10 from the 45. Split formation here. They're going to fake the handoff, give it to Ely on the left side. He bounces outside again, 7 or 8 yards. Down to the 39. A minute left in the game. We just hear Jeff Rudolph call. That snuck up on me.
Yeah, well,
the running clock.
No
minute left in the game.
Yeah, no scoreboard.
Parsons gonna take this. Right receiver split. He flips it to the back in motion. Gets around right end down to the 30. And that's Gustafson, who gets down to about the 26-yard line for a first down. See if they can get another playoff here out of bounds. First down, the Regina 26. Parsons looking to get Wapello on the scoreboard, 42-0. Gustafson again in motion. They flip it to him. Regina giving chase. He's going to get to the outside. Will he get? No, he gets cut down out there by the cornerback, fights off the block. Good job, good tackle out there, I think by Jack Tierney. Not sure who that was. And that's the game. So first down carry there by Gustafson down to about the 13, but that's where it's going to end. Regina ends up taking this one 42-0, Ed, and advancing to the third round of the playoffs. Congratulations to the Wapello Indians. A great job. They got to the second round of the playoffs in this shortened season. Got a chance to play their 8th and 9th game. Good season for them and looking for a young team coming back. But Regina ends up controlling this one from the start, Ed, and then running away with it in the end, 42-0.
Yeah, again, hats off to our Indian friends.